Hello again and welcome back everybody to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC and today we're going to continue our daily headlines coverage. But first, we have a birthday shout out and to none other than our really good friends, STP. So, Southern Tier Prepper, from all of us here at the Rural Report, we want to wish you, young lady, a very happy birthday. Most of you know who STP is. Uh, and for the ones that you don't, I would encourage you to go check her out. She has a YouTube page, which she needs to make more content, but she does really, really wonderful stuff over on Facebook. If you have a Facebook account, I would encourage you to go drop by, give her a like and follow. And for everyone, find a video on YouTube, find her on Facebook, go give her a happy birthday. So that way, we'd love to support our friends, and she is definitely one of the good ones that needs supported. So, again, happy birthday, STP. All right, let's jump straight into this. There's a lot to cover, so I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can through this. First, Stoltenberg, if you don't know who that is the NATO chief, was quoted in a recent interview making claims that while their focus is on both Russia and Belarus, that China is making advances and coming towards NATO. So, I would assume the whole purpose of NATO was the USSR, keep them at bay, all that. Now, with their hands full of Russia, apparently they want to take on more and start making accusations and threatening China. Great job, NATO. Sure that'll go over really well. So we'll keep our eye on them and see what comes of that. Next, there is pictures and video are starting to make their rounds all over social media, as well as rumors that the Houthis are transporting various weapons such as missiles, sea mines, and explosive boats towards the Red Sea. Okay, so why would they be doing that? Well, this comes as of yesterday. The U.S. in an airstrike killed a senior Houthi official, and this was confirmed by the Houthis, so this did take place. Now, the Washington Post released an article today, and this was titled as Houthis Vow to Fight On, U.S. Prepares for Sustained Campaign. Okay, well, again, just to remind you, this comes on the heels that apparently the White House has given the green light to the Pentagon to go ahead and do some military actions in Yemen. Great. All right. So, well, just before coming on, it looks like pictures and videos are starting to make their rounds as well. That the Houthis are deploying a large number of sea mines and putting out explosive boats. Okay, well, we'll find out, I suppose, soon enough of if all these pictures and rumors and everything is actually true or not. Now, there is another one. I was going to add it, but I'm still kind of doing some research. So, where Yemen is, there is a lot because they're kind of peninsula ish. Um, they are supposedly trying to make coalitions and friends with some neighboring countries that they want to basically do a pyramid kind of around them and shut down the waterways only to their allies. So, if you're Russia, if you're China, anybody like that, you are free to move around. If you are not, they want to make sure that you cannot go through, period. It's going to be interesting. I've been looking a lot through there. There's a lot of closed door meetings, a lot of hush hush stuff. So, information about that's kind of a little difficult to find at the moment, but keeping our eye out. Next, it looks like there's a fire that has broke out after what appears to be two drone strikes on Russia's largest producer of liquefied natural gas. This company is called Novatech. Maybe you've heard of them. Uh, Now, the latest report of all this is that all operations at the facility are currently shut down due to this incident. So it looks like Russia's dealing with a little bit of a drone strike. Keep that in mind just for a few minutes. The announcement also has come out recently that from the Kremlin that Putin will, in person, be making a visit to North Korea. Okay, so why is that important? Well, keep in mind that as all these people go make these little meetings and things, big things happen right afterwards. So we had Russia and China get together. So Putin met with Xi at the Olympic Games or somewhere right around in there, and a couple of days later, Russia rolls into Ukraine. Okay, well then Putin meets with the leaders of Iran, and the next thing you know, all these Iranian drones are flooding in, and then the leader of North Korea goes up and starts meeting with Russia and Belarus, and then there's 1,000 container ships of weapons and things on their way. So I can only imagine with Putin going down to North Korea, what will follow that. Keep an eye out on that. We'll put a pin in it and check it out later. Next, the World Health Organization, or the WHO, Director General Tedros, has put out yet another call to every country on the world to sign his pandemic compact. This comes into the relation of the all out everywhere. Everybody seems to know about this disease X. So, yet again, this keeps popping right back up, right into everybody's face. There's a bunch of stuff surrounding this. We don't know what it is. We don't know where it's going to come from. We don't even know that anything about this disease X. That's why they're calling it X. But we need a whole bunch of money. We need a whole bunch of your focus, time, attention. We need to start making the immunity things for it. We need all this stuff to something that theoretically doesn't even exist yet. So, and just FYI, I keep seeing it pop up here and there, and I saw one actually today of that zombie virus that's going to melt from the permafrost in like Siberia or whatever. So just there's a lot of push on all this stuff. Okay, just keep it in the back of your mind. So the president of Egypt has come out and threatened Ethiopia, and this is with him saying that Egypt will attack anyone who threatens the security of Somalia. Now, if you're sitting here going, "Rural, what in the world is that about?" Well, Somalia had plans to go build a military base, or Ethiopia. Ethiopia had a plan to go build a military base in Somalia. Egypt does not like that, and Egypt basically said, "Hey, stay out of there, or else." So, Middle East continuing to hurdle all these threats and everything else. It just keeps heating up. So, uh, keep that in the back of your mind on that one too. Now, according to a new military doctrine released from Belarus, in this doctrine, Belarus will consider any attack on its friend and or ally as an attack on Belarus. Now, is this just them trying to get 5 minutes of fame, get back on the public stage, whatever? Is this them to puff their chest and look big, like, hey, we're still here? Or are they trying to drum up, a reason to get in on the action of this? Is this a NATO Article 5? Hey, if you go into Russia, then we're going to, come to their aid. Well, we may not have to wait too long to see how true that is, because right before I pressed record on this video, I saw a little thing come across of a notification that I paused for a second to check it. Russia has issued its highest alert level for St. Petersburg due to a current ongoing drone infiltration. And then as I was writing that down and looking into it, checking some sources because it's just come out. Now there's some underground social media that says that there is a current drone strike happening in Moscow. I can't prove any of those. I don't know how real those are. From the sources that I've got it, they seem to be legit. We will know soon enough. Okay, is it happening 100%? I don't know. Uh, but I do know that Russia did issue a security alert in St. Petersburg. I know that. As far as everything else, we're going to have to watch. It's going to roll out very, very soon, so we will see. Okay, let's move into the homeland so I can wrap this up. Bloomberg came out with a article, and they are naming the 8 major economic issues that we're going to see in 2024. Or I shouldn't say we will see, it's the major economic things that we could see in 2024. So, number one, the expansion of the Middle East crisis, conflict, whatever you want to call it. They're saying if that expands, then we're going to have an economic issue here in the United States. Okay, very real possibility. 2, the U.S. overheating of the economy. Okay, yeah, with prices going up, the Red Sea stuff going up, we don't have anything under control. Looks like the job market's tanking, inflation's not doing anything, the housing market sucks. Yeah, so the overheating of the economy, real possibility. I will agree. Number 3, China economic slowdown. Okay, that one's going to be a tough one, depending on where you get your sources. Either China's going like this or China's going like this. It's going to be real hard to get information out of China to see what's really going on over there. Um, I mean, they have what, the second biggest economy in the world, uh, biggest population in the world. I mean, they've got a lot going on over there. Is there a chance of them having an economic slowdown? Yeah, yeah, there is. How big of a chance? I don't know. It's hard to get information out of there. 4, the yield curve in Japan. Okay, if you don't know, Japan's having a pretty big economic crisis already as it is. Um, they are one of the biggest, if not maybe the biggest, of U.S. owned debt. So the U.S. sells the debt in order to get money, and then we pay off that debt with interest and all sorts of stuff. Japan owns a lot. And with Japan going into a bad economic season that they've been having for quite a while, they may call on that debt. And that would be really bad for us. But they've got some money issues going on over there. Number 5, economic downturn in Europe. Oh, yeah, I would say that that's a pretty big possibility with everything going on. Europe is not doing well. They're having a pretty big energy crisis, the threat of war looming. They're starting to kind of fight amongst themselves, so we could see even an eventual breakup of like a European Union. But yeah, I will agree with that too. Number 6, the defeat of Ukraine. Okay, no, actually, I'm going to disagree. If, let's say, Russia marches in next month and completely shuts everything down and go, done, we won, it's over, our money would not be going to Ukraine, and that might actually make our economy better. Yet, the money that we're doing now kind of stays, for the most part, in the U.S., to pay for weapons and different things like that. And so it's actually recirculating here. But we're doing it on debt and not actual money. Therefore, we're not using that debt to do this. So it actually would probably be a good thing. Number 7, tensions of China and Taiwan. Well, that's already going on. Okay, so I assume that they mean that it's going to worsen, which it probably will. But again, will it have an effect if it takes a nosedive? Yeah, it's going to have a major threat. Um, and it probably will affect the U.S. economy. There's a lot of things that come out of China, if China or out of China and Taiwan. If China takes it over, then they would have a stranglehold on some very valuable, much needed parts and other things. So, yeah, I will agree. Last one, which is interesting, is if Trump gets back in the White House. I will disagree with that one. And this isn't taking political sides, but I definitely had more money when he was in the White House than I do now. Uh, Now, the only thing is, though, is you go on the assumption that if he returns to the White House, that the same things will happen. That's not always the case, and make sure you don't get lulled into a false hope or make assumptions. Okay, we all know what happens when you assume. Is it possible? I'm talking about 0.001% chance. Okay, on the positive side of possible. Could he go in there and completely ruin things? Yes, it's possible. Probably not, but it's possible. Could he go in there and do what everybody on the other side over here is saying, that he's going to be a huge dictator and do all this stuff and start World War III? Okay, it's possible. It is. I don't see it happening, no, but it's possible. Could he go in with good intentions and lose the House and the Senate and things like that, to where no matter what he does, he gets stopped from every turn? That might be more likely to happen. Uh, we will have to wait and see. I will disagree with number 8, because I do think that, in my opinion, if he gets back in the White House, that things probably will get better monetarily and the economy will get better. So the only big question I have is, if that is in fact, do things go on, they count the pieces of paper electronically, and he comes back in for another 4 years. What happens after that? I don't like, even myself included, looking right here. I want to see here. And so if my entire thing is to get to here so it turns better, what so what? After 4.5, 5 years from now, we just give up? Okay, well, that's what we wanted. There's no sense of direction. I know I'm going to get to people, well, you got to get here first. Okay, that's great. But at what point in time do we start going, what's after that? Where do we turn? Who's going to come save us? Okay, just something to think about. Let's see. So let's round this out. Last two things. So New York come out. They showed a picture along with the statistic that in the state of just New York, okay, one state out of 50, the DEA has seized a record 386 million lethal doses of fentanyl. To wrap your head around that, okay, that is enough doses to kill every American. Think about that just for a moment. Just one state, not a border state, mind you, okay? One state seized enough lethal doses of fentanyl to kill every American. Our attention gets turned every which way. We get passionate about human trafficking and the border and things going on overseas and this guy and who's going to do that and what somebody's wearing and the cost of this. This is inside, okay? I mean, New York is here. It's not a coastal, it's not a border, it's tucked in there a little ways. I'd be curious to see what every state's seizure of fentanyl is. And I might try and go look for that. Okay. Let's go with the very last thing, and this is just going to be kind of like a PSA. So I was sent an article that has come out that there is a powerful magnetic storm that is going to hit and cover the entire planet starting tomorrow, January 22nd, and staying until the end or close to the end of January 23rd. In this is what they're calling a 5-point storm. And during this about 48 hours, this will cause people to maybe feel nauseous, get headaches to severe headaches, and cause some people to feel very weak, even just plain out tired and lethargic. So if over the next 48 hours you start feeling some of these symptoms, that just might be a reason why. So make sure that you take that piece of information and take care of yourselves over the next little bit. But with that, that's all I've got for you for today. So we've covered everything. We've wished our happy birthday. Um, I did get one of your emails that said, "Hey, Rural, you know that video that you put out about how to vet people? That wasn't the video." And I went back and went, crap, I posted the wrong video. So I deleted it, and so I had to start from scratch and remake another one. It is currently, as I'm doing this, I can see the little progress bar right here. It is being uploaded as we speak. It'll be released tomorrow, so make sure you watch out for that. Hopefully, it's a good one that you guys enjoy. I've got a interview Tuesday that I think you guys will enjoy. It'll be a live interview. Wednesday we'll do our workshop Wednesday live Q&A. I've already got a video I think for Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday I've got another interview that I think you guys will really enjoy. So we've got a busy week. We're doing a lot of things. I told you guys we're going to be busy doing a lot of stuff. So uh, stay tuned. There's definitely more information to come. I thank you guys for spending a little bit of your Sunday evening with me. God bless each and every one of you. Say it with me now. You ready? Above everything else, please remember to remain united because we're all prepping in this together.